All right, I think we are all getting ready. Hello, welcome to my first ever live on YouTube. Um, we are also streaming on LinkedIn and Twitch. So this is the first of its kind. So it's going to be more like a test to see how it's going to go. Of course, I welcome your feedback. Um, I think I'll be doing more of live videos because um, it doesn't involve me having to do editing and stuff after I record the video. It's just straight away, and you get the value as and when you need to get it. So it's easier for me, so that I don't have to worry about editing a video or whatever. You just get it straight away. So we'll be doing more of these in the next 90 days. We'll be going live almost every day to give you guys some value. So today, um, what we are going to talk about is about my executive MBA journey, and if it can be of value to some of you. So whether you are watching live or watching the recorded video later, welcome. Let's get started. Okay, so why am I talking about this, or why do I want to share this today? Okay, it's important that we sort of understand why my motivation for wanting to do this. Of all the topics in the world, why do I want to talk about this? And the reason is simple. I think that we do a lot of studying most of the times. All of us in school, we study a lot of things, and we don't seem to even take the time to reflect on the things that we've studied. And even though we have been exposed to so much knowledge, we don't even apply the things that we have studied. So I believe it's time to reflect. I began my executive MBA in June 2023 and graduated in July 2024. Looking back, I realized I should have been consistently revisiting the modules, applying the lessons to both my personal and professional life, and sharing insights along the way. I didn't do that. But, it's not too late, and I want to start now. And the second reason is that, um, like I said, gone back to the course materials, and I want to apply this to my real life and work, because learning means very little without action. And you guys, you may not believe it, but I spent 3,000 USD for this MBA program. 3,000 USD because I got a partial scholarship. So I think the full amount that I was supposed to pay was 8,000, and they waived off 5,000. So I paid 3,000 USD. It is about 2,000, maybe 2,500 pounds. So at that time. And you might think, oh, that is not a lot of money. It is a lot of money. In the UK, even if you're paying £2,000 for a course, that is a lot of money. So if I've spent that amount of money, my own money, on this program, if I don't reflect on what I've learned and apply it to my professional and personal life and make my life better, then I've wasted not just money, but I've wasted time, energy, and a golden opportunity for growth. Okay, because I decided to do this program not just for getting a degree, but I also wanted transformation, career transformation, personal transformation. So, if you're on the fence about doing an MBA or executive MBA, or wondering if this is the right time, I hope this live session will give you some clarity, perspective, and a real world view beyond, the brochures that you are going to get from, let's say, emailing a business school, you know. Okay, now something briefly about me. I'm a solutions configuration analyst in one of the big three credit bureaus. So if you want to know which of the credit bureaus, just scan the QR code that you can see on your screen. I think maybe you can't see it if you are looking at it from YouTube. I will put it, if you can't see it on the screen from YouTube or Twitch, don't worry, I'm going to check later and put it in the chat somewhere so that you can scan it. Okay. And when you scan, you can read about my profile. Okay. In details if you want. So yeah, solution configuration analyst, one of the big three credit bureaus. My job mainly involves requirement gathering of client business needs. So we get the client business needs, and what I do is to tailor the business needs with my company's software as a service solution. The My job involves a lot of cross-functional tasks. So me speaking to a team of testers, team of project managers, solution consultants, my colleagues, analysts, a whole lot of communication and collaboration goes into my job. We do client discovery sessions to sort of, it's all part of the process of gathering business needs, the pain points of clients in order to be able to tailor it to what we can offer them in terms of our software as a service solution. And business storytelling is a big part of what I do. You have to do presentations internally and externally to clients, trying to explain to them what you saw from your investigation, your research, and also if you want to onboard them to a software, trying to impress upon them the reason why they should do that, because they are going to get return on investment on, you know, enrolling or getting onboarded to our software solution. So I enrolled as an Executive MBA student from June 2023 to July 2024 at Valar Institute, which is a division of Quantis School of Business and Technology. And I've been a lifelong learner. In terms of my job, I've been very curious about tailoring business needs with tech, service, software as a service solution is one of the main things that, because what is the point of having a nice software or building softwares if it's not solving real world business problems? So I'm curious as to how that can be done or achieved. Okay, why did I choose an executive MBA of all the degrees I could do? So it was just merely out of curiosity. As I said, I'm curious. I'm a lifelong learner, so I was curious to learn about business systems in order to grow in my career. So I started looking for free online courses, and I came across Quantic. Maybe some of you may know Quantic. Okay. I just loved the learning approach by these guys. Their modules are, bite-sized case study approach, and they just have a fun way of demystifying concepts. It involves humor. I mean, I was just studying the time value of money and some economic concepts, and the humor with which they use to explain the concepts. These are concepts that I knew already. I was sort of revisiting, and the way they made it fun. I just love it. And when you pick your mobile phone to study, you don't want to stop because it's so much fun. It's not like sitting in some boring lecture room and some professor going on and on and on and understanding about 20, 80% of the things he's saying you don't even understand. Wasn't like that. It was a different approach to learning, and I really loved it. So after completing the free courses, I decided to enroll in the full MBA. Aside the study format, it is remote friendly. It's case-based curriculum, and of course, it's a global peer network. I met people from all walk of life, and it was just amazing. Yeah, it was just amazing. If you've just joined, or if you are watching the recording, I'm talking about my executive MBA journey. I just want to look at the uh, chat to see if we've got uh, any comments. Okay, nothing yet. That's fine. Uh, okay, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, good, 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 good. So let's keep going then. Um, let's keep going. Okay, so um, right. Okay, okay, okay. So um, the journey began, as I said, in June 2023, and it ended in July 2024, and roughly spent about 13 months to complete the entire program. There were 10 concentrations: business foundations, leadership foundations, organizational behavior, strategy and global economics, marketing and pricing, business communications, financial management, strategic leadership, advanced corporate strategy, creativity, and innovation. So these were the 10 concentrations that I took. There were several individual and group presentations, and there was also a group capstone project. Okay, so all of these helped us, myself, and my colleagues who did the program to really learn a lot, because the thing about presentation is that you need to understand what you are presenting, you need to understand the concepts. And a group capstone project was on solving a real world problem. It was Hotel Chocolat, and we helping them to expand to new markets, what we call the blue ocean markets, markets which are uncontested. You know, we did some research and wrote a business proposal. I'm not sure whether they've read it or whatever, but um, it was just brilliant, and we learned a lot in that process. Of course, you have to know how to juggle work, study, and life if you want to do this. And if you're able to do that, then you are going to be successful. So there were a lot of highs and wins. And for me, if I'm summarizing the highs and wins for me, it was just the growth mindset that I developed. I already have that growth mindset, and this opportunity helped me even develop it even higher. It's if using going to the gym analogy, it helped me grow more muscles in my growth mindset um, arena. There were times that work and life were so busy that honestly I wanted to give up on this learning journey, but I persisted, and I didn't do things alone. If I needed help, I reached out. I worked hard and graduated with honors. there have been opportunities for me to apply some of the things I have learned from my executive MBA at work and even in life. The thing about applying what you learn is that you have to reflect on it. Sometimes you have to journal and you really have to make the conscious effort to apply. I loved all the concentrations, but if I'm picking one as my favorite, then it's going to be the marketing and pricing module. You know, the reason I love it is that the module they dug deep into branding and digital marketing, and I've applied some of the concepts to my own business, online business, and even trying to build a personal brand online. And I've noted some very significant difference based on what I've learned and what I'm applying. There were challenges with every good thing, definitely challenges. And time management could be a challenge, but I overcame that challenge by about applying about three things. Time blocking. I always block time, no matter how busy I was. I will, even if it's just 30 minutes I'm going to get, I'll block that time. That time is mine for studying and nothing else. So for me to be able to focus on study and nothing else, I remove distractions, put away my phone for just 30 minutes and focus and study. And I was consistent. Even if I'm just getting 30 minutes or an hour to study in a day, if I'm able to study 1 hour every day, maybe 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, every day for 7 days, that was 7 hours of study. And because of that, I was always able to finish. Um, Burnout risk. you know, Burnout is an interesting thing. I feel like burnout is as a result of stress, and stress is as a result of the lack of coherence between the mind and the heart. And at a point when I started losing interest in the program, that's where I felt burnout. But when I was able to realign and gain interest in what I was doing, it's like the mind and the heart agreed. And there was a coherence between the mind and the heart. I didn't feel burnout. I really enjoyed the process. I had that high motivation, and the reason was that my why was strong. I always remembered why I decided to do this, and that was really really helpful. What I gained beyond the degree, of course, confidence as a strategic thinker, not just in my professional life, but even in personal life. I was exposed to a global network of learners, Valar students, Quanti students, and even those who have completed the program. This course also helped me to become more adept at problem solving because there were a lot of frameworks, problem solving frameworks in business, but that could have even been applied to life. That's one thing. Business is life, and the things you study in business school can be applied to life. Leadership skills, the ability to even lead my own self, mobilizing my own resources and getting things done. It's one of the things that this program helped me gain. Will I do it again? Interesting question. I would say yes, but not yes for now. Maybe yes in the future because for now, my real focus is on building my career and looking for opportunities to grow. Okay. So even if I'm going to do it in the future, I might decide to do a DBA, that is a Doctor of Business Administration, instead of a PhD, because DBA is like a professional doctorate. And for me, with what I'm doing and what I want to do in the future, the PhD will be too academic for me. I want something professional, something that I can apply. So, for example, if I want to specialize in how AI can help business systems, and I feel like I want to go deeper, then I can decide to go and do a DBA. A DBA is just like an executive MBA. I don't even need to quit my job. I can do it online. And mostly they're online, flexible. Okay. And of course, it will give me the bragging honest, having doctor in front of my name that could, signal some sort of respect and consideration for me. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to do a DBA, but for now, my focus is on my career advancement. Things I'm going to do differently will be to spend more time reflecting and not just rushing through the course, and just journaling and talking about my journey, creating content like what I'm doing right now. Who am I going to recommend an executive MBA for? Just for anyone who is interested, who is curious about business systems, and who wants to advance in their career, let's say as a business development manager. Okay, somebody who works in the commercial side of things will benefit from executive MBA. And look, you don't need an executive MBA to be able to become good at your job if you are in business development or you handle the commercial side of things. But I think that it could make a difference, okay? Especially if you decide to apply the things that you learn, right? Okay, so if you want to do it, then choose the right format. Like I said, you got to choose a format that is bit size and it is easy for you to learn, not too academic. And once you do that, set goals. Make sure that you do it in a way that will not affect your work and your life. Inform your family, of course. Inform your wife, your dad, your mom, your girlfriend, whichever. Let them buy in, and inform your team. If you are very busy, you need to let your team know that maybe you'll be taking some study leaves to be able to finish the program. And make sure that you are focusing on application and not just theory, okay? Because what is the point of studying this if you are not applying? Okay, so thank you guys so much. Like I said, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn and to know more about what I do, scan the QR code and let us connect on LinkedIn. If you love this kind of content, let me know in a comment. If you're watching even later, because I know that during the live I didn't really see anyone jumping on it, but it's fine. I'm going to be doing it anyways every day for the next 90 days. I'm going to bring you a lot of value, and hopefully, we'll take it from there. Okay. So, thank you all for your uh, wonderful audience. I have appreciated talking to all of you. So we are going to end here with our live today, and I hope to bring you another in uh, the days ahead of us. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Okay. Well, all right. I embraced through this one quickly. That was good.